What's up guys, welcome to GT Content. I'm Gary. The Nissan Z will be out soon and it will definitely be cross-shopped with the Toyota Supra. So this video might help you if you're debating between the two. These two cars have always been rivals, providing similar features and performance. The Supra wouldn't have existed if it weren't for the Z. So let's compare them both side by side as best we can to see which one may fit your preferences or lifestyle. I know that certain photos aren't available yet of the Z, but I've got something in mind that'll give us a decent idea. Oh, also let me know what you think in the comments section below. I tried to get them as close to scale as possible to give you a better idea on how they would look like in person, so please excuse me if things are a little off. Of course, I'm gonna give you my opinion also. Let's start off with the front end. Height-wise, the Z is slightly taller and the Supra is slightly wider. I think it's a wash. The Z has simple clean lines with that huge grille which dominates the whole front end. The hood bulge is more noticeable here compared to the Z Proto's reveal. I still think the front bumper looks too plain or boring and they could have added two vents on both sides, but we'll see what happens when the actual production version comes out. They could also be saving it for a revision later down the road, like I've mentioned in my other video. The Supra just looks busy. It's got vents, bulges, and splitters all over the place, and it still seems to pull it off. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing because it's hard for me to focus on just one thing. Now let's go to the engine bay. Here are the two bays side by side. There's a very high probability that the next Z will receive Nissan's VR30 DDTT V6 twin turbo, which is rated at 400 horsepower and 350 pound-foot of torque. The 2021 Supra uses BMW's B58D inline-6 engine, which is also turbocharged and is rated at 382 horsepower and 368 pounds-foot of torque. The one on the left is not from an actual Z Proto, but from the 370Z Club Sport 23, which should be close to what we'll see in the upcoming Z since it's already got the VR30 DDTT swapped in there. There's not much to see since most everything's covered in plastic, actually for both engines. Engines nowadays don't have much cosmetically going on like past engines where you'll see a nice painted valve cover or some type of a clean look. Now they've got these plastic engine covers to hide vacuum, coolant, or fuel lines. I guess it also prevents customers who don't know much from tampering with things. I also wonder if the Z will have a clamshell type of front hood like the old 240Z. It's cool, but as a mechanic, it would be frustrating if you have to fix things in front of the car where that hood's gonna be. Now let's go to the interior, and here are the shots side by side. It's hard to argue with BMW's interior because they are the standard. All I can say is Nissan did well, and let's hope the electronics function well. One thing I don't like about the infotainment location, like the one on the Z, is that you have to look down compared to the Supras, which you can still somewhat have a vision on the road. When I have to drive cars like this, I think it's a safety issue. The Z will offer a manual, which is getting everyone excited, but who knows, in 1 to 2 years time, Toyota may offer a manual also, making this argument pointless, or maybe not. The Z needs at least 2 cup holders, and I don't mean by the shifter location. That's also a horrible location for cup holders because they get in the way of shifting. I owned a 240SX before and there were no cup holders, but you can sometimes remove the ashtray, which was located in that area, and put a drink in there. It was annoying when you actually had to shift because the drink would get in the way. Why even have a cup holder in that location when it's going to intrude on your shifting? I'd say put them in the armrest like the Supra, or relocate the cup holders behind the center armrest, or make them retractable and pop out from the passenger side dash somewhere. It might be awkward, but at least it's out of the way. Now here's a side-by-side comparison of the two cars. The Supra is slightly longer than the Z Proto, but it looks like the Z may have a wider wheelbase, and like I said, I tried to get these as close to scale as possible, and this is what it turned out to be. Here's a picture of the two cars with the Supra in front of the Z, and you can see where the slight height advantage is of the Z Proto. It looks to be towards the front windshield, and I don't know if helmet clearance would be any better on the Z than the Supra. Here is the Z Proto in front of the Supra, and it looks like the rear of the Supra is slightly longer than the Z. Now we go to the front 3/4, and from here you can see the contours of both cars. The Z looks plain and simple from this angle, very 240Z-esque. Nothing really catches my focus other than, again, the large grille opening in the front. The Supra is much more bulbous than the plain looking Z. It might just be the fake vents that make it look that way. It was upsetting though to find out that the vents were fake and not functional when Toyota was touting that they were functional. So shame on you, Toyota. And now here's the comparison of the rear 3/4. And I don't really know what to think of the Z. The Supra just blends very nicely, especially the bulging rear fenders, and that's what makes it look more appealing to me. I still gotta say that those fake vents are disappointing, but at the same time, they do help with the aesthetics. Here's the rear of both cars. I prefer the Supra over the Z on this one. I do think the Fairlady Z emblem looks out of place here, and like I said earlier, the Supra just works. Some say the Z's rear looks like a Mustang, but I kind of see Dodge Challenger also. It would have been cool to see MK4 taillights on the Supra that they took photos of when it was still out testing, but Toyota finally settled on these, so this is what we get. Maybe they'll update them for the future, or the aftermarket will supply something similar. Let me know what you prefer, the Z or the Supra. And last, we have the trunk. I don't have an actual photo of the Z Proto, but the 370Z should be close enough since they're reusing that chassis. The Supra's trunk has 10.1 cubic feet, while the 370Z only has 6.9 cubic feet of storage space. I think a sports car should have decent trunk space, not like an MR2 or S2000, but at least enough storage to where you can go out of town for the weekend. These are sports cars, but would need to be somewhat practical also, like when you and a buddy want to go out and play some golf. The standard for sports cars seems to always be being able to fit 2 cart bags full of clubs. The Corvette was able to do it, and I think some Porsches also. The Z Proto might be able to do it if it's similar to the 370Z, which has a small but wide trunk, but the Supra, having the larger trunk, wasn't able to fit with that narrow trunk design. I don't know if this is a deal breaker because I don't golf, but you let me know if it should be. I think competition is great. It allows cars such as the Supra and the Z to evolve, and we get to see what car manufacturers have to offer to entice us to purchase. It's also nice to see that the next generation Z and Supra will be continuing the battle for this next decade. Well, that's all I have for now. Hit that like button if you would learn something from this video, and that subscribe button for future content. And if you can also share this video, that would be much appreciated so that it motivates me to get more content like this out to you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.